Welcome, class. Today we are doing midsegments of triangles, chapter 5, section 1. Alright, so our first theorem is 5-1, triangle midsegment theorem. If a segment joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, then the segment is parallel to the third side and half of its length. So first, let's focus on the if statement. Let's make sure we have this in our picture. So if a segment joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, here's your segment. Does this join the midpoint here? Yes, because both sides are equal. Does it join it here? Yes, because both sides are equal there. So we have that. Then we go, then the segment is parallel to the third side. So this segment is parallel to this third side. You can see the little arrows here signifying that. And lastly, probably the more important thing, half of its length. So this midsegment is half of this whole entire length. And you'll see that in this formula right over here, m equals 1/2 times the base. So here's a little picture, just kind of applying the problem. We have the midsegment as 5x minus 1 and the base as 6x plus 10. And again, here's our formula. So what do you think we're doing? I want you guys to kind of try and solve it for yourself. So I'll give you guys a little bit of time. You could pause the video if you want to try and solve it. Basically, all you would do is put the midsegment in for this and the base in for this. And go through, solve for x. You'll see that right here as we go through. And x equals 3, and then we want to find the midsegment and the base, so we have to plug it back in. And let's make sure that we're correct. We get 14 for the midsegment, 28 for the base. Well, what was our theorem again? Yeah, the midsegment here is half of the base. What's half of 28? 14. There you go. Good job. Alright, so here's a little problem. Here we have HJ we want to find, and HJ is here. And first off, it says HJ and K are all midpoints. So midpoint here, midpoint here, midpoint here. Let's see. Well, this is 100. What do you think HJ will be? Let's see. It's half of the base, so how about 50? Sorry if that's hard to see. I try to make it nice and big so you can see. Then we have JK. Just kidding. Right here, this is 60, the base. And then here's the midsegment. So what? Let's see. It's half of the base. So how about 30? And lastly, we need to find FG. FG is the base when your midsegment's 40. So this part's going to be double of the midsegment. So that would be 8. Done. Good job. Alright, we'll skip this one. I'll keep this up for 2 seconds if you want to try that one. A similar thing here. It tells us our M and then P are midpoints. The perimeter of the triangle right in here is 60. So then what would PN be, or NP? That's the first step. Let's see. Perimeter, you add all the sides up, so that would be 22, 24, and we're missing one side, which would be 14. And lastly, we want to find YZ. So YZ is right here. And again, we know these are midsegments, right here and here. This is a midsegment, midsegment, midsegment. So 24, this whole thing would have to be double that. Therefore, 48. So this bottom piece. 48 right down there. And one last problem we're going to try just kind of applying it in the real world. We have, you're trying to measure the distance across a lake. maybe you can't measure this part, maybe it's really shallow there, so you can measure that, but you can't measure across the lake, it's too deep. And you want to know how far is it across your lake. So, alright, mid-segment, yes, we're good. 128 strides, well, what's left over for X? How far would D need to swim? Will it be double as we have been doing? Use your formula, so it's 1/2 the base. So your mid-segment would be 1/2 of 120. We're plugging in 128 for mid-segment. So then, cross this out. The base would be 256. All you do is plug in and you'll end up multiplying by 2 to get 256 strides. Not really sure what strides are, maybe feet, maybe yards, just strides. That's all. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and learned a lot. Thank you.